wiring technique to create the stator for the coils. We'll mount our 6 coils.
Hi guys, what's up? It's Aston here. Today we're going to be watching this because it's like a motor for Legos.
I'm confident with this one we'll be able to handle massive current spikes during heavy resistance.
And that's going to be almost.
Okay, let's hook her up. God, these cables are thick. We'll start at low current with our usual 9-volt battery. She jumps into action with only a fraction of the dial turned up. Even at these low speeds, the size and weight of this rotor is really quite something. And the gear reduction yields some crazy power output. Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna stop that. Remember, this is just a 9-volt battery. The LiPo should offer a ton more current and torque, even without gearing. Now, unfortunately, something I wanted to do in this video is test the current and overall wattage draw for each motor when they're near to stalling. But this video is already very long, so I'll leave that for a follow-up video. What about this guy? So, how about we upgrade to an even bigger propeller for this big guy? It should be able to push
Wow.
volume of air. Though it still looks kind of small compared to this stupidly oversized rotor powering it. I just have to keep reminding myself that this is Lego we're working with, so of course there are going to be inefficiencies. I've got to say though, this is impressive. Very nice. That feels great. The wind speed isn't too high, but it is moving a large volume of air. This feels lovely and cool. Honestly, I'm way too scared to turn this up even higher. Those magnets are heavy and moving really fast. This makes for a lovely little desk fan though. How are the coils feeling? Beautifully cool. Lovely. Well, there's a tremendous amount of power on this thing, but I'm honestly just too scared to push it higher. Lego is not built for this. Well done. There is one benefit to this size motor though. I tried adding the biggest prop here to the small motor, and it certainly gets up to a good speed when powered by the LiPo. It blows a nice volume of air. Good lord. But after a couple of minutes, it died. That is scary. Turns out the thin wires were pushed a bit hard. Great, that melted the contact a little. Okay, we're going to continue making our sandwich with our circular saw, using a 1 to 5 gear reduction, so it'll be moving slowly but very powerfully. Now this should be able to slice through some serious stuff. Yeah, let's see. But, by the way, this rotor weighs... Yeesh, 213 grams. Which means, if we were to rev up to 8,000 RPM, for example, the rotor would carry 126 joules of energy, and an escaped magnet would carry 14 or more joules, enough to seriously injure me. So I'm just going to stick to around 2,000 to 3,000 RPM here. Easy. What about this bone-dry bagel? Now this bagel had been out for quite a while, and honestly, a real circular saw might have struggled. Pretty good, but I think we need a different cutting tool. Anyway, we power on. I figured this blade might exert more crushing power against the bagel. And it did take a few seconds, but at least the motor didn't feel even close to stalling. Could probably do with a bigger blade, actually. This did take a little while. But this thing is stiff as a board. And speaking of bigger blades... That is a chunky blade. But to make sure this motor is truly able to drive it, let's upgrade to some
Holy, this
metal
is so
parts.
cool.
Now these guys should make sure that no matter what it tries to chew through, there will be no bending parts or broken gears. Even the rotor axle will flop out.
Oh.
We'll stick on our massive blade and secure everything to the table just in case.
Alright guys, that's gonna be it for today.